Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is John and this is my Let's Play series Yet Another with episode number 8. So last week we actually killed the Ender Dragon and therefore we finished the main storyline as our 100 subscriber special. And thanks again for all the great comments on there. And today we actually plan to build a Enderman farm here in the end, because we are going to conduct a very big mega build and therefore we will need a lot of experience points, and an Enderman farm actually is quite easily. I will follow a tutorial from Shulkercrafts, who does a really great job at explaining how the basic farm actually works, and the video itself is quite shortly. And if you want to get further information about this, I will actually link you the video in the description down below. But without further ado, I will just simply show you what I prepared for it. The basic block numbers are not too adequate. Most of those are much more than needed, but I figured out I just go for it and expand the Enderman farm a little bit more so that I have something nice down there. So the first main ingredients which we are going to need are oak leaves, since those can prevent Enderman spawning. We will need polished andesite slabs as a pathway and also as a base structure. I will use polished blockstone bricks for the killing chamber, just because I really like the look of it. We will need ender pearls to spawn in an endermite, a minecart to trap the endermite, as well as a rail so that we can actually place the minecart. We will take a name tag so that we can name our endermite, so that we prevent it actually from despawning. And then you could also create for the killing chamber a small little item collector. I will basically create an item dump out of hoppers and droppers, because actually I do not plan to store all the ender pearls which we are going to get, since, and you can trust me, you will gain so many ender pearls in this space, that in this Enderman farm, that it's actually starting to lag really fast, and removing the items comes in very handy at some point. Other than that, we only need some oak trapdoors so that the Endermen actually fall in our trap. And I will also use white carpets so that we can spawn proof our roof. Okay, then the last two things which we actually are going to need is a bucket of lava, which I actually already placed here, and a bucket of water, so that we can basically make stones out of the lava here, and we will get the nice easy pillar down the way. With this we actually can go to Y level 0, since the farm actually is more efficient on Y level 0. If you did not know, Minecraft basically separates the spawns between all solid blocks up to the ceiling. So if you have, for example, one block at Y level 0 and one block at Y level 100, then actually the spawns would be 1% for each layer, because it's 100% divided by 100 layers. And with this, if we actually manage to have the spawning base at Y level 0, then basically all the spawning chances will only be at this level, and therefore we will get an immense amount of Endermen, where we actually will not be able to kill all those Endermen fast enough. So with this, I assume that most of the lava shall now be gone, and I can dig down my way. Since you can see, I have two pillars on the left and the right, and in the middle the lava would still be flowing. And now by just looking at the two pillars on the side, I actually can make sure that we are not digging down too far. But it's always a good idea to just have a look a little bit down, because if you remove the last block in this pillar, you will just simply die, which is a thing I already did in the last episode, and we really would like to prevent this. So with this, on the last level, since also Enderman could spawn down here, I will just build a platform out of half slabs. If you did not know, on half slabs mobs cannot spawn if those are on the bottom layer. So if you would place one on the top layer, like this one, so this one is bottom, this one is top layer of the block, then actually on this one here mobs could spawn, but on this one here not. And therefore we just place those at the bottom layer. So now for the next part, I'm actually going to build a bridge out there, which shall be more than 128 blocks long. And therefore I have these 2.5 stacks in my inventory right down below. And I will now place the blocks for basically the next about 150 half slabs. So see you once I'm at the end. So with this we are now 150 blocks away from our end island, and therefore currently there should be no Enderman anywhere around us. Exactly, because this whole pathway is spawn proofed. So now the next thing I want to do is actually, if you did not know, if you press F3 and G on your keyboard, you can actually see your chunk borders. And this is very important for the next part, since we want to have our Enderman farm right in one chunk. So the basic outside of the farm will actually, of the spawning platform, so to say, will actually be exactly one chunk and one row. Since it's just for alignment reason, it's a little bit more beautiful to have it in exactly that manner. So I will just simply go to the middle of the chunk border here, and we should be around right here. And now from this point on, I will just build out shortly a short path, and I think we can grab now our leaf blocks. First leaf block here, and we will build until we hit the chunk border. And from the chunk border we actually want to make sure to now outline the chunk border exactly, and on this side we will overlap it by 1. On this side we stop right at the border, so we have now a short L. And on this side we will also stop inside of the border, so we will not cross it into the other chunk. Same down here, we will stay in the chunk. And with this, our first circle is completed. So let me just quickly show you what else we are going to do. So we will place, go 4 blocks in here. Four blocks here. And 4 blocks here. And I missed one side. We will also need 4 blocks on this side. Okay, so if we now are going to fill in our spawning platform in the middle, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I think I misplaced one. We will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. Yeah, exactly. I just missed it, so that's good to do a double check here. We will actually need 5 blocks from each side, so we will have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So our middle platform will then actually be 6 by 7. Like, the spawning platform is now finished. Now we need to make sure the pathing is all right. So for the center of our platform, it is exactly, yeah, like this torch. We want to have a 3 wide pathway out here, and we actually need 1, 2, 3. Actually, we will need 11 blocks, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we will need to go one further. 10 and 11. So luckily we went a little bit further in the first place, since we actually needed it. So now filling in the pathway to have it exactly as long as we want to have it. Luckily we do have enough leaf blocks. And then also, to prevent the Enderman from falling down, we will actually need to place a wall up here, which we are going to make too high. So yeah, this way the Enderman, no matter where they will spawn, they will see the endermite, and we can make sure they are not falling downwards. So now in the front here we can actually build our base platform. And you can actually make it as freely as possible, so you are really not limited up here. So actually these 6 blocks here will be our killing chamber. So I will now make sure that I actually will have my garbage system in place. And therefore I place 6 hoppers here and 6 hoppers here. Those will be facing into 2 droppers. And I think I placed it wrong now, did I? Yes, hopefully we are not going to lose it. Otherwise I need to... Finally, great. Okay. They should have been placed in the right direction. Droppers are sometimes a little bit wonky to work with. So now by placing them in this direction, we make sure actually they are facing in the right direction now. And yeah, we'll keep this little block here for a second. We will actually need our observers now. I'm just testing out shortly so that I don't misplace them again, how I can actually place them down here, because we actually do want to have 2 observers facing each other, because this way, as you can see, they are generating a tick, and we will actually utilize this tick so that we can have like a little redstone clock here. And perhaps it does work if we just place them on top like this, but I don't think so. I think they, let's see, no. So the dropper gets fed, but it's actually not registering our clock. So I fear that we actually might need to, let me shortly test this out, because I'm not the best with redstone, but I would assume if I place now this one, yeah, it's actually not doing the thing I want it to do. But this one should work. So I think this is the thing we are going to do. I will place down the observer here, not facing in this direction, rather facing in this direction, and this. And with this we actually now have our dropper system in place. And if you can see now, boop, it shoots it out. Yeah, I think we will have the clicking noise later on, but since it's just still triggering, I think I want to have it later on that we actually can turn it off. So I will, for the time being, just have them facing in this direction. And then I will just place down a half slab here. And now if I want to turn it off, I can just use this, and we will use a piston lever construction later on, which will then get powered from this observer and then powers this one, so we can actually switch it on and off. So now since those here are not spawn proofed, I will just shortly spawn proof them, and this one also is not spawn proofed right now, so placing a block up here. So that the Endermen actually are falling into our trap, we will need to place a short border around here. And on the front, we will then need to place half slabs. Because this way we can make sure to get under here, kill the Enderman, and then, yeah, if we want to just simply back out again. Good. So taking that back those 2 blocks. Could fill up this one down here. And we can actually also fill up this one so that we actually have something which looks like a room, because rooms are always not so bad to have in this world, right? So now we will need to place our endermite in place, and therefore we want to have it sitting up here so that the enderman can actually see it, but they actually will not be able to hurt it. And we will need to make sure that we can place a rail up here. And now we are running out of half slabs soon. That's not too good. Placing it like this. And I think, is this a full block now? Yeah, this is a full block, but this should be right, I guess. Yeah, it should be right. So placing down the rail here, and I will actually use some temporary blocks around here, so we will have a short little chamber here where we can actually trap our endermite in. And now hopefully our 32 ender pearls are sufficient enough. I will try to place it to have endermite spawn here. So yeah, we have a new endermite. Quickly rename it, place down the minecart, and yeah, we have trapped it. So went a little bit smoother than the last time. Actually, I was not too prepared last time, I think, but now it's all good. And we can actually break down a few blocks here so that we get a hang on where actually, oh, yes, endermite, I know you are aggressive. So also if the endermite is in the minecart, just be careful. They still might be a little bit nasty to play around with. We actually want to have the minecart on this block here. So I will just shortly break down the blocks here, and I will just make sure that actually I will not get killed by the endermite again. Oh. Just as I said it, okay. I think I should be a little bit more careful here, since the endermite is not a real friend. Could you just... I just want to push. Okay. So, let's just see. I will not let this endermite win against me, right? So I just want to push it one block away. Yeah, now it's actually in the space where I want to have it. Great. The beautiful killing chamber is now finished. Well, actually, this is not a spawning chamber, as I said before, it's a killing chamber. And yeah, nothing too special yet. I think we will make it more beautiful later on. What I will also do now is place some carpets up here, and also one layer above. And I think, can we place it? No, we cannot place it here. just that we make really sure that we will not have anything spawn up here. But actually this step would not be needed. But either way, it's done so often that I do not know whether it is useful anyway, but I kind of keep on doing it all the time. So we have our endermite in here, which should be called lure. Therefore hopefully preventing it from despawning, but actually I can't see its name right now. But what I will do now is I will remove these torches here, and therefore the enderman will be spawning on this platform. And we just need to make really sure that we are going away from them. And now let's see whether it is working. One thing we missed. Hopefully they will not be killing our endermite. Yeah, it's actually, let me just shortly turn on the hostile creatures. One thing, as you can probably see, which we missed here, is the trapdoors in there. Back in the end now, and I made some changes to the enderman farm itself. So I made sure that it's encased accordingly, and also I have placed carpet all on top of this farm. For the spawning chamber, I actually made sure to put in the trapdoors down there, so that the enderman actually will fall into it. I just try not to look at the enderman. And also placed our lure endermite one block higher, since it actually it got killed by the enderman. So with this now we make sure that it actually will not get killed. Unfortunately, to my last death, I lost some of my gear, which is not too bad, since we will make sure to be able to get it back quite easily with this farm. And yes, also I only have my sweeping edge 3 sword. Smite actually does not apply to killing enderman, unfortunately. But as you can see already, the farm is quite ridiculously good. And if you now also get sharpness 5, I guess, this will actually even speed up your enderman killing a lot. And actually the faster you kill them, the faster they will respawn and the faster you will gain levels. So we'll just quickly farm through a little bit here, and we'll go up to the enchanting table and we will craft ourselves some good gear before we jump into the end cities. I have now built a beautiful staircase and bridge over to our end portal, and we will take now some ender pearls. And with this we are now in the outer part of the end, and also there's one end portal here. So with this we make sure to be able to get back once we have found what we are looking for. And actually what I will do now, I will turn up the render distance so that we actually can see a little bit further. And now we'll just build a pillar so that we get a little bit of an overview of the site in which we spawned. Hopefully there is actually an end city already somewhere. Terrain is building up slowly. And I have already seen there's another end portal over there, which we can use later. But I fear we don't have an end city anywhere near us. And I literally had to go like 3 or 5 blocks. There's my dirt block still there. And we already have our first entity spawning over there. So yeah, here we are. No. Please. I keep looking at them all the time. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, but at least it was fast enough this time to save myself. You really need to stop looking at those creepy little endermen. So starting the entity raid, right? Right. Yes, it is. But yeah, if you are not as dumb as I am and come in prepared, doing entity raid is quite easy usually. The only thing you need to be aware of is the big room where all the shulkers are in. So there will always be in the entity like one huge room where you will find a lot of shulkers, and this one actually, yeah, it's quite dangerous. Also, if one of those shulkers hits you, make sure that you can't fly. Actually, if a shulker hits you, you will fly in the air, and therefore you will need to make sure that above you is actually a block, because otherwise you will get drop damage and probably die, like I do as a hobby. And also try not to look at the Enderman, right? And so we are not too safe currently. I will just build a small safe room in here until we get rid of the effect. Making sure that we keep our levels. Our 2 levels. And actually, if I would have a bow, I could kill this little fellow over there, and actually would not make too much damage. But this way I'm afraid we will need to go a little bit of harakiri onto him. Now let's see what we got there. Oh, good loot in the box, actually. That loot really seemed really good. Just trying to get rid of these shulkers. No. I don't like these shulkers. I will make sure to take all of them with me. And basically what I will do now is I will just drop them already in the ender chest here. And then I will take the ender chest also with me, because having ender chests is quite useful. Not just trying to figure out which one is actually hitting me all the time here. And I think it's the one from below, right? And as you can see, these shulker projectiles are actually quite nasty, and they will follow you basically everywhere, even around corners and such. We actually went a little bit higher than we wanted, but also there is another chest in there, which is great. And I think this one will be the only entity I'm doing in this raid, since the first one is always a little bit, a little bit difficult without having an elytra. And oh, we got 2 enchanted, one with mending. Oh my god, we got a mending pickaxe in this one. This one is so much worth currently, because we do not have a villager farm nor a villager trading station, which we're actually going to be building anytime soon. But having mending tools is so much better than everything else, especially if you have a good experience farm like we have now with the Enderman farm, right? So hopefully we can break into the ship from the side and not get hit by the shulker or buff on it. But I think we're good to go, right? No. It did hit us, but we managed to get at least until we were at the ship. Can you please just give me your shell? Thanks a lot, mate. So what do we have here? Potion of healing. And one last shulker in here. Yes, sure. Yes, for sure. I have totally fun with you, mate. But now we get the one thing for which we actually came for. Mending boots. What is this? Second mending item. This is so sick. What do we have here? Feather falling. Also great. Some iron gear, which, yeah, it's nice, but nothing which we really need. And now that we actually have the elytra, I can make sure to leave this end ship. But I want to get the head of the dragon, which is here in the front. But actually, now with the elytra, we do not need to fear the fall damage, since you can just glide over to it. Now as one last thing for today, I actually will take this dragon head. With this, I am afraid that's all we have time for today. Aren't we looking fabulous? And thanks so much everyone for watching. I'm really glad for all the support you give me. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, a comment below, and also consider subscribing if you haven't yet. And other than that, I think we're going to see us in the next episode, and I wish you all a great day. Bye!